Okay, we're back today. Starting a little bit early today, as per usual. That's as a result of me running out of manga to read before stream. Apparently all the sites I read at haven't been updated yet, so I got through all that stuff early, combined that with the fact that I woke up early, because I went to bed early, enough so that I got actually 8 hours of sleep, ahead of my usual wake-up point. I'm feeling reasonably well rested, still a bit tired as I always am in the morning, because I'm not a morning person. But we're starting early, because I've got nothing better to do. We outnumbered them almost 3-1. Why are we only bringing even numbers? That's not how battles work. Send everything we have at them. Come on now. This Hera colony is isolated. Oh, because... Oh my... Of course they are. Because instead of trying to build the colony up in the nice part of the desert, up here where, you know, people can live, it's hospitable, they decided to build it right in the middle of the desert, where there's nothing but sand and heat. That is the smartest place to build a colony. We have great workers working for us, don't you know? Oh, Papal wants liquor. I don't know why the Pope needs a bunch of liquor, but I don't judge. You do you, Pope man, you do you. No, GB, what are you doing? We're not a target of conquest, I promise. We're friends! We've been friends this entire game. You don't need to interfere with us. We're good people. We're very good people. We're nice, I promise. He's still growing. Standard of living is growing. Population is growing. Radicals are also growing. Not so good. But our population is growing faster than they are, so technically we have less radicals in our country. No, we will wait. 50% chance there that a hippo eats us. And I don't know about you, but I know, as cute as hippos may look, they're some of the most deadly creatures on this planet. Because they look cute, but then they'll pop your head like a watermelon. Oh. Apparently they can split up their forces? I don't know why we're just letting them march through our territory like that. But sure, we'll split up a little bit more evenly. Think we'd stop them, say, hey, we're about to go to war. Piss off. But no, give them the old rolling through. The British or the French should come with us. No, it's just some tribal people. While still annoying, it is much more reasonable than having to deal with a superpower, considering they're coming at us with... Admittedly, they do have firearms, but there's like 2 of them, and we can bring up like 900, so not too hard done by this one. How are you going back? Go right at the front lines. I get that you want to run home. You've been out fighting for I don't know, 4 or 5 months, but the war's not over. We've got another native uprising to smash, so come do your duty. Paying you for this, right? Oh, I'm sitting here with it paused. I do that way more often than I care to admit. Just sit there waiting for something to happen, not realizing that I'm just an idiot. Why it happens so often? I should be a bit more clued in by the lacking of sound, but... Hey, is Italy damaging relations now? Nobody loves little old Morocco. I made friends with all the superpowers, and eventually they're like, ew. What are you, a stain on the map? Why should you even exist? Go away. Boo. Boo on you. Over here like, please. Please be my friend. I don't have any friends. They've got to be somewhere. Because they sure as hell ain't here. There's some of them. What are they doing over here? Why are there 300 Austrians in the middle of the Pacific and not fighting in my territory just across the Mediterranean? Ah! Well, at the very least I didn't lose too much. Just some money. I'm a little bit in debt. 600,000. Not so little in debt, but compared to my maximum allotment of 22 million, I'm only slightly in debt. So, how are you going to deal with lag sealing? Well, I'm glad you asked. I actually went through and installed some mods that were going to help with that. A number of mods that increase the assimilation rate of pops, because that's one of the biggest problems contributing to lag. Also, a number of other things, reducing army count based on population. Some checks have been bypassed or avoided or changed in some way, so they're not checked every tick, but every once in a while. And most importantly, I have this fancy new button where it allows me to save my CPU, merge pops into primary culture, either the ones we're currently assimilating, or we can even go through and do every single one of them. Yes, it may change game balance a bit. Yes, we're going to be looking to our citizens and basically holding them at gunpoint. Say, hey, guess what? You're American now. And they just nod their head, and we don't have to deal with as much lag that way. So hopefully, between all those various methods, we should be able to greatly reduce our lag issues. Best part about doing that is, if we end up fighting wars, luckily whoever we're exporting the tobacco to hopefully have reduced capacity in their lungs, thus make it easier to fight them. If we don't have so much tobacco, then we won't have nearly as much a problem. At least that's the hope. I doubt that's translated it all into game, because that's kind of ridiculous. But hey, we'll certainly try. Okay. I apologize about that. Apparently the game agreed with me in that we probably shouldn't go try and do the Civil War so early, because it decided it really wanted to blue screen my entire game. No big deal, I guess. Just a slight delay, so sorry about that as well. After the quickest Civil War possibly in history, taking all of like 3 months, or sorry, the quickest American Civil War, the real one took years. This one apparently people realized, hey, maybe that whole thing that we're fighting over might not be worth it. I agree. Bad idea, you shouldn't have fought, and I'm glad we're done with this. And it's April. You know, all our truces seem to be over in April. Convenience, I guess. Confirmation bias, who knows? Either way, at least it's memorable. I think I do want to check. Do we just not have... No, we know how academics work. We have universities. Here's the thing. We have universities, but we have no education. So I guess it's just a bunch of old men gathering around dusty tomes going, oh yes, this is how we advance ourselves. I don't know. But it's dumb, I'll tell you that much. I think we should get an education system set up. And how? We had a guy who passed away who was really hated. And we got someone who's even more hated. Minus 100. That's just ridiculous. How? Why? I don't know. But for some reason, they voted for him. Or was vice president or something. How's our election going? Thought a two-party system was bad. What about a one-party system? Where it's the only party, and it's the only one in government. Except we're not even allowing half the party into the government, because everybody would be pissed off if we did so. Gotta love it. Can't increase taxation. President is still hated. Aren't we supposed to have term limits? I feel like you've won the presidential election, like, 6 times in a row. Maybe we should look into changing things. Get the children to help out as much as possible. Sorry, not the children helping out. We're trying to get them out of the mines and into schools. We will help the children out as much as possible. Is the way you're supposed to say that. Okay, apparently there finally are 2 parties. However, the projected votes are going to be 20 million for one and 0 for the other. Oh, sorry, negative 400,000. They're going to not only send in votes saying, I don't want to vote for these people, or these party, but they're just specifically saying these people are so bad that I'd rather, I don't know, leave the country than join you. Don't worry about it. Oh, they finally decided they wanted to split up their forces. They realized that me walking through their territory uncontested is actually a bad idea. What a novel concept. Good on you to realize that. I'm proud. That is a fair amount of radicals. That they're not so happy about being conquered. Even though their country has been in debt for, you know, the better part of a decade. Not only in debt, bankrupt, completely without money. Unable to fund anything that they want. But I, on the other hand, have a great deal of money in the bank, even if I'm currently running a small deficit. But it'll be worth it in the long run. You'll see. Once you get that fancy star on our flag. Okay, the Amazonian War. Here's the thing. They rose up and said we're going to secede. But they didn't actually have any troops to do that. So it's not that they thought they were going to win. They just decided, oh man, we really want to get crushed into the dirt under this guy's boot, don't we? That sounds like a fun weekend activity, because it took all of us 3 days to win, if even. Lose that battle, but we should win... We win the battles I'm involved in. Oh, why you all are losing so much. I guess they don't know how trenches work. I admittedly am far ahead, but... Digging holes in the ground, it's not a novel concept. I think I can teach you how to do it. Just listen for a little bit and grab a shovel. Don't know why they think they need radios when we don't even know what they are. Hey, if I heard about this mystical technology that would make me stronger, I'd want it too. If it doesn't exist, oh well. I just whine and complain, of course. That makes so much sense. In reality, we should probably, like, give up this section of land for this section of land. Might be worth it. I mean, it's not really, but we could give up, like, some over here. Somehow, the British and I, this stack of the US, Britain, US, Britain, US, Britain is just kind of nonsensical. We really should divide up the map a little bit better than that. We're both just idiots who want every little bit of land that we possibly can get our hands on. Free Trade Party's got some votes this time. Oh yeah, they have... not even 1%. But they technically register on the map now. Congratulations. I will say Egypt is much weaker than it normally is, considering they don't own the northern part of their country. They were kind of beaten down by the Ottomans early on. Admittedly, I helped. Turns out when I wanted the Suez Canal, I was not too careful about what it costs the countries around me. So yes, devastating Egypt just so happened to be a minor repercussion on that one. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Feel free to follow links down below if you want to see more of my content, and I will see you all next time.